It's so beautiful just to, to be in love with the Father that loved us first. A while ago, a friend of mine from Germany gave me a call over Skype, and he told me such a beautiful story about how he had proposed marriage, to a woman that he loved so very much. He told me a story that this woman would come to his house like almost every day to be taught how to play piano. And the other day he just decided he will go to a jewelry store to buy a ring, an engagement ring. And he comes to this woman and he goes on his knees and he asks for the woman to marry him. To his beautiful surprise, the woman actually told him that he have always loved him, but he didn't know how to say that out. It's that moment when, when I just felt in my heart that this is how our Father is. The time we try to go to Him and try to tell Him how much we love us, He surprises us on about how much He have always loved us. It's so amazing that in every sense and in every essence, we are God's love dream. He have always loved us from before the foundation of the world. It's amazing what Genesis records in Genesis chapter number 1, verse number 28, when God blessed humanity after creation. And the word blessed there is the Hebrew word barak, which means to kneel down in adoration. The same way a man kneels down to ask a woman for marriage is the same way God did. When you saw His creation, His mind, His image and likeness, visibly made flesh, He experienced love at first sight. And He knelt down. He couldn't help but kneel down in adoration. It's amazing that we're not trying to initiate a relationship with God, but we are just engaging in a relationship that began with Him in His mind, in His thoughts. This is what God did. He just, lost His breath over humanity. We're not trying to make God love us. Even when we try to introduce ourselves to Him, He surprises us, because He have always known us. And Paul says that we may know as we have always been known. And it's amazing when God kneels down, He paints a beautiful picture, a picture of worship, where in Greek the word worship is the word proskuneo, which culminates to face. This is what God did. He knelt before man, face to face. I love the worship word from the Anglo-Saxon English. The word worship comes from the Anglo-Saxon English worthship, a union of worth. Now, what made God to kneel before His creation is because He saw the worth that exists in Him, in humanity. He got mesmerized, He got persuaded by the value, by the worth, by the beauty, by the perfection that is in Him, in humanity. And that's what made God just to kneel down. And He adored humanity. And He worshipped humanity. In that moment, He sees beauty. Because our relationship, it's all about equality. There is no way God would have knelt down if He had not seen equality. A lot of times we have tried to worship God and we have thought, worship is all about making or being lesser than He is. Making yourself lesser, more of you and less of me. But God did not, do the less of me and more of you kind of thing here. He saw equality. He saw value. The same value, the same glory, the same honor that is in Him, you saw it in humanity. A lot of times we think we can give God glory and honor, but a minute, how can we give glory and honor if we don't have that glory and honor? You cannot give what you don't have. So the beginning point or the starting point is to know that you have the glory and you have the honor. So you give God what you have. And the glory of a man are his children. And for your own information, you are the glory of God. We are the children of God and we are the glory of God. So when we are giving God the glory, we are simply saying to God, we are being vulnerable to your love. We're just, opening up to your beauty, to your love. We are giving ourselves to you because we are your glory. Your mind is full of us. What is meant that your mind is full of man? And the word glory is the intent, the mind of God. The mind of God is full of man. His mind is occupied with you. He cannot do anything without you. He has chosen to be God with you, God with man. He delights in you. He spins over you with joy. We don't make God big. We don't make God holy. Even if we can tell him he is holy, he is high, he is big, we cannot make him what he is not. He is already holy. He is already great. It's about just discovering how great we are in his greatness. And whatever we say to him, we are saying that which we are persuaded about him, and about us. Because all about him is about us. His image and his likeness is on full display in human body. We are not lesser than him. We have his glory. We have his fullness. Of his fullness have we all received. We are not lesser than him. We are as he is. Loved in fellowship with him and the Son and the Holy Spirit. We would not have been engaged in that fellowship if we were lesser than him. We are as he is. And that's why God knelt down. He lost his breath over us.